Good morning, students. Welcome to eSuvidya. Hope you all are fine and safe. Students, in the previous class, we have recited the poem The Kind Tree, written by the American poet Harry Ben. And also we have discussed the first stanza of the poem. And there we have discussed that according to the poet, that trees are the kindest things, or he tells that trees are the kindest things he knows. So, trees grow naturally without harming or without hurting anyone. They do not hurt anyone, they do not harm anyone, or they do not create or make any damage. So, without hurting anyone or without harming anyone, the trees grow naturally. And also the trees provide shade or shadow for the sleeping couch or the couch who are just needing sleep. The trees provide them shadows. And also on the branches of the trees, among the branches of the trees, also we found that large number of birds gather there. So students, up to this portion we have discussed in the first stanza of the poem. So now we will discuss the second and the third stanza of the poem, The Kind Tree. So now the second stanza. They are the first when days begun to touch the beams of a morning sun. They are the first when days begun to touch the beams of a morning sun. What do you mean by beams? Beams mean rays. So, when the rays of the morning sun, or when the sun rises in the eastern horizon, then the rays of the morning sun fall on the trees. So, they are the first when days begin to touch the beams of the morning sun. So, trees are the first natural objects who touch the beams or the rays of the morning sun. So students, so in the early morning time, you know the early morning time is called dawn, D-A-W-N. So in the early morning time, when in the eastern horizon the sun rises, the rays of the morning sun fall on the trees. So the trees are the first they are the first natural objects to touch the beams or the rays of the morning sun. They are the first when days begun to touch the beams of the morning sun. They are the last to hold the light when evening changes into night. So children, when the sun sets in the western horizon and slowly evening changes into night, trees are the last to hold the light of the sun, or they hold the sun rays, they hold the light of the sun till the last moment. So, in this stanza, the poet describes that the trees are the first to receive the rays of the morning sun, and they are the last to hold the rays of the evening sun, the rays of the sun during the evening time. So, they are the first when days begun to touch the beams of a morning sun. Means when the sun rises in the early morning time, the trees receive the rays of the morning sun at first. And also in the evening time, also when slowly the evening changes into night, the trees are the last to hold the sun rays. Then the last stanza of the poem. And when a moon floats on the sky, and when a moon floats on the sky, means in the night time, now the evening has changed into night. And in the night, when the moon floats on the sky, floats means moves on the sky. So when the moon is moving on the sky or in the sky, they hum a drowsy lullaby. They hum. What do you mean by hum? Hum means to sing in a very low voice. And they hum. Hum means they sing in a very low voice. Drowsy. Drowsy means sleepy. Lullaby. Lullaby means song for children or song generally songs that make children to sleep. It's called lullaby. Songs that make children to sleep, or which is called cradle song, or in Odia we tell it Nana Baya Gito. So here the poet tells, and when a moon floats on the sky, means when in the night the moon is floating in the sky, what is happening? So they hum a drowsy lullaby. They hum means they sing in a very low voice. Who sing in a low voice? The trees sing in a very low voice. So in the sky, in the night sky, when the moon is floating in the night sky, at the same time, when the moon is floating in the night sky in the heaven, so in the same time on the earth, what is happening on the earth? The agents of nature, the trees, are singing, they are humming. Humming means they are singing in a very low voice. What they are singing? They hum a drowsy. Drowsy means sleepy, or something which is drowsy means sleepy, or desiring or needing sleep. Drowsy lullaby. Lullaby means song that let children sleep, or cradle song, or which we tell Nana Baya Gito. So what the trees do? That means when the moon is floating in the night sky, at the same time the trees are singing lullaby, or they are singing the cradle song. For whom? Of sleepy children long ago. So trees are singing, the trees singing the lullaby, trees singing the cradle song for sleepy children. For sleepy children, or children who are in the thoughts of sleep, or children who are going to sleep. Trees are the kindest things I know. So here in the last stanza of the poem, the poet tells that when the evening changes into night, and in the night sky the moon started floating in the night sky, at the same time on the surface of the earth the trees are humming, the trees are singing in a low voice. What? Lullaby means a cradle song. For whom? For the sleepy children, or for the children who are going to sleep. So trees are the kindest things I know. So here the poet tells that trees are the kindest things he knows. So this is the theme of the second and the third stanza of the poem. So students, today we have completed this poem. So let us have a look at some new words from the second and the third stanza of the poem, and let's try to use it into meaningful sentences of our own. So the first word is beam. Beams means rays or shines or sunlight. Students, beams means rays, shines or sunlight. Here beams means sunbeams means sunlight. So let's use it into meaningful sentence. A beam of sunlight, a beam of sunlight came through the clouds. A beam of sunlight came through the clouds. Then the next word, floats. Here the poet mentions that when a moon floats on the sky, means when the moon moves in the sky. So here floats means moves. So next word is floats. Floats, but the actual meaning of floats is rest or move, or rest or move on, or near the surface surface of a liquid without sinking, without sinking. But here the meaning is different. Here means the moon floats means moon moves in the sky. So let's use it into two different meaningful sentences. Wood floats but iron sinks. Wood floats but iron sinks. Let's use it into another sentence. The poet imagines that the moon floats on the sky. Okay, the poet imagines that the moon floats on the sky. So then next word, hum. Next word is hum. Hum means, as we have already discussed, to sing in a very low voice. Hum. Hum means sing in a very low voice. Sing in a very low voice. Let's use it into a meaningful sentence. Example, Gopi always hums while working. Gopi always hums while working. Let's use it into another meaningful sentence. She hummed. She hummed. She hummed a song. She hummed a song. So next move to the next word. Let's move to the next word. Drowsy. Drowsy means sleepy. Drowsy. Drowsy means what? Sleepy. Let's use it into a meaningful sentence. She became drowsy after supper. She became drowsy after supper. So children, what is supper? Food consumed before going to bed. Supper is food that we consume before going to bed. So she became drowsy after supper. That means after taking her supper, she became drowsy. Next, last word. Last word is lullaby. Students, as you know, lullaby is a cradle song to make children to sleep, or a cradle song, Let's use it into meaningful sentence. The mother sang her baby a lullaby. The mother sang her baby a lullaby. Let's use it into another meaningful sentence. Madhu sang or lullaby for her little sister. So children, lullaby is song to make children to sleep, or a cradle song is called lullaby. So students, today we have discussed the poem The Kind Tree. Today we have completed this poem The Kind Tree. So you go through the poem thoroughly and find out the new words from this poem and try to use these words into meaningful sentences of your own. And also you try to answer the comprehension questions that are given in your textbook. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you in the next class.